to record. And now let's continue up very quickly. Question number 7, what's yours? Voice J or J?
ايه
7, what's your answer?
وايه ده قلت no change.
Wrong. It must be G.
Yeah.
You said
بس
it.
مفيهاش حاجة unconscious.
Let's read again. The problem that where are the two ideas? Here your transition word at the beginning of the second sentence. Here, this is the second sentence. Here, that is the previous sentence. Now we need to find the relation between these two. At least the previous sentence and the following sentence. But if you don't understand the second, continue read until you find. Now find anything opposite, contrast, comparison to check. Or check with the relation. Is a second example to something mentioned here. If we mention something general, an idea, and we add example to prove it, do we have any contrast, comparison between two things? Likewise, similarity ideas, besides additional information, or whatsoever. Now let's read. Another distinction, and distinction like distinguishing, was one of method. At most studies, performers worked from previously arranged sheet music. The second, Stax musician is spontaneously composed music together, which means spontaneously, without preparation, without reading from anything. They read from music sheet, so you read from the book. But here they say spontaneously, without thinking, spontaneously.
ايه الهبل ده؟
Yeah, that's it. And look, he said comma and then apostrophe phrase to explain what means. Practice called arranging without reading from sheets. When you go to the party, you will find the musician has a booklet and makes the music from it.
ده
Just
أنا
note.
قرأت another distinction دي فقمت قايل إن هي حاجة different. فبعدين قرأت هنا لقيت إن هو بيقول إن هو بيعزفوا اللي هو من غير ميوزك شيت وكده. قمت قايل دي حاجة different for example على طول. ما قرأتش أنا حتة اللي هي previously arranged music sheet music.
Oh, that's why. So number one, check what are the two ideas before and after. You are lucky because here at the beginning of the second sentence. Either that is the second sentence. Either where is the previous? The previous one. Feel it? That's all very important. Like this one, look, he said then. So why he said then? To tell you this is the second action of this actually, but we have sequence relation. Found that? Now it's your turn. Go for 7-3. Try.
From
Saying something?
Oh, it's from.
Raise your voice if you're talking. 7-3 is from.
From.
So little bit correct. 7.
اسمها دي اللي هي لوحدها جي.
So letter J for 74 J. Good hunt, correct. 7-5. Yeah, I am at home today, so you will find noise from kids. So just forgive me for today.
It's okay. letter D.
So you want to make it letter D for 7-5, and that is brilliant answer. That's why. Now we need to revise together before we jump to the next test. Let's pick points. How this sentence is made. Number one, according equipment in was. What was verb. Recording here, it is a gerund, and the gerund is subject, and the gerund is singular. So it was must be was. That's why. But if you don't know, follow the way of finding subject and the verb. Now delete the phrases and the clauses and the non-essential information. Phrase delete. Preposition phrase delete. Now your subject must be noun. So my subject is not here. You see, so my subject is equipment or recording. And you study the gerund. The gerund must be here, the subject. It is a trap. That recording is the subject. That is why. Now we have another trap in this sentence. Remember this structure? So that as subordinated conjunction. Yeah, we test use the previous test like, do we need comma here? No. Do we need comma here? No, it's not from ways, it's a structure. So that, and here we have an adjective to modify to describe the noun. So you must find the noun before what is or are distinctive. And after that, we need complete sentence. And this sentence has parallelism with the previous one because it's a cause and effect relation. So that. So this structure will test you a lot about it. Yes or no, my dear friend?
Yes.
Now I need you to find where is the subject together. But if we have contrastive relation between this and the following. Okay. The former theaters sloped the floor and cars heavy movie speed. So we have what? Speakers subject. Speakers, yes, speakers give what? Recordings as a deep, raw tone, distinctive. So the recordings were distinctive. So we have subject. So before the word so, we have complete sentence. After it, it's a complete sentence. That is great. And we don't have any troubles in punctuation here. Why do we have this as comma? Because we have two adjectives before the noun tone. As you know before, adjective, noun. Between one, we can use comma or and. Catch it? Yeah, because you had or you made a mistake before about this part. So that's why I wanted to revise. And now I know you hate reading, but we need to do some. So right now we are going to answer. Yeah, we are going to answer the specific question only, and I will keep the general ones for you. Right now, for number one here, this is one not. Now here, this is one. Let's do it together. So I mean idea of minds. Let's go to read. This is two. Yeah, this part. Let's go. What do you think?
Verse C.
Number 4. What do you answer 5?
4 مش يعني أنا حلقت 5.
Have you answered the 5? Okay, so
أنا
let us.
حلقت 5.
So 5 and C, it's correct, yes. Now let's go to 4. 6 to 7 2. Come on.
G.
So number 4, you would like to make it a G, and G, brilliant answer. As I said, hospitable, it means welcoming everyone, despite its little and small size.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. So here, as I told you, it's a specific question. Where should you read exactly? Main ID means very, very common. Now let's go for another specific ones, like number 6. Captures revelations as it is presented in. So now we are going to read to find any information about revelation. Let's go. Say it.
H.
Can be H, but H we have a mistake. He said you're writing the K mostly easily.
Easily. Easily.
So did he mention that revelation is writing with easy?
لا. كان إن هي حتى كانت crowded دايما ودلوقتي إن هي بقت quiet. So,
Yes, as he mentioned at the end, I would never have finished the novel. It means just like, what?
easy.
That means here, letter F is correct. So if clause acquired, solid replaced, right was not available. And they may not have been helpful at all. As he mentioned here, I think that I would never have finished that novel. You see? As he mentioned, as opposed to a place. Did you catch it? Yeah, that is. Now let's jump to any specific questions. All of these general ones. Now we need to go to something a little bit to know, or it's new for you. The primary writing mode. What do you mean by mode? So what are you reading? Are you reading essay or are you reading article? And what is the style exactly? Is it descriptive? Is it narrative? Is it persuasive? Is it expository? What exactly? Let's read the first paragraph and check together.
هي أظن descriptive.
So does it describe something? Check the answer. We can answer it from only the 2 paragraphs that we did because all the paragraphs the same style. But it is
أنا قلت descriptive.
Yes, his clues use imagery, specific details to portray her surrounding, describe all. So image like describe the setting around you, physical setting, time, place. But is it narrative? Across recounts the main events of her writing career is all about the writing career. Or he described the narrate, I'm talking about someone else, but he used here I. You see, I looked here, I wouldn't have, so I would. And not all the passage about her writing career. Does he want you to persuade? Does he persuade you to do something?
Yeah.
Uses events from her life to argue the family. Don't have any evidence. But this kind of a question, keep it to the end. Until you answer all, you will understand how this works. And of course, inshallah, next time we'll revise everything about this. But it's so easy, by the way. Now here explains how to survive in a flawed apartment. Is that the main idea? So the second part after semicolon can help you. Imagine what is the primary purpose of all the passage. So all of it about how to thrive in a flawed apartment. If you read here the beginning of each paragraph, it will help you. Look, in the introduction to his breakfast too, no less than wrote a one-room apartment in, and then read the next within housing cost throughout, wiring. So he just like there is no anything to persuade. Here there is no question that experience of one's first place in city is transforming rite of passage. Remembers hers. Episodes about descriptive more. That's one. Now let's jump to the next. This is one the passage can described as. Yeah, let's read the first paragraph and last paragraph, or the first one only. Let's try.
قراءة أو
Now we would like to go to the last paragraph, but try to answer from first one.
11.
Yes.
هي مش دي.
So 11 it's not D. So B is wrong
ودي برضه
and B is wrong.
بس تبقى إيه ولا سي؟ هي سي.
So letter C it's correct. But you make it C because you understand the passage. But we have a common hack that if you read the first paragraph only, you can answer this question. Of course not. Why? Because the answer discussed two things. The first paragraphs 1 and 2 or 3 give an overview of how the perception of view changed. And in the last two paragraphs, the roles role in that change. That's why we should wait. But if you would like to make sure, you can check the beginnings and the ends of each paragraph very quickly to give you the main ideas of each paragraph. Right? And of course, it's not an argument. It's not to let you believe something or prove an idea of the writer. Right? This one you should read at home. And here, let's answer this.
33.
Remember, he mentioned something here. It means you should read all the paragraph.
Uh,
Now, what is your answer?
C.
And the letter C is the best answer. So what help you? Reading the paragraph, not only the line. That's why very important, but read it very quickly. But you did it, so you practice or test, you train your brain. Now we need to have something here. Let's try.
J.
Yeah, the best answer now. As he mentioned that awaited whoever mastered.
Uh,
And so he was talking about what? That is right. So 14, it must be letter J. Now here's the main point of the first paragraph. Main point is just like the simple idea and what is mentioned. So don't be worried about the question, but go. You will find the answer is specific, answer not clear, answer is opposite. Let's go. 45.
A غلط ودي غلط.
So what is your final answer? It must be letter B. Find an ideal solution or not.
آه،
At the end, he said we
عشان ما
discussed.
كانش فيه وقال ما كانش فيه باور لاين، دي كانت حاجة اللي هو
Yes, and he said my greatest discovery was discovery of a man. And between quotation, that is mean thus quotation information it's important. And any information after dash, as we know, after dash we need explanation, surprising news, emphasis, as you know. But this is part it is very important. Now let's check about the wrong answers. He said Hall failed for years in his experimentation was okay, this is about specific word in the paragraph. But the main point could be in the first sentence and the last two. You see, at the end. So it's the main focus about failing. No, as he said here, this had been the most sought after all chemical prize since Philosopher's Stone, and all had found it. Look, he was so focused on the discovery itself. Maybe he did great discovery indeed. That's why. So we'll give you just like a little specific point. So it is a wrong. Now here, this is one you must read. Let's answer in order. Here there is no mention lines, no mention lines, no mention lie or not lucky. Number 20. Stumbled. This is 2.
جاي.
J. How? هل Harold stumbled? It means just like they know when I stumbled something, I found it by accident,
آه.
not intentional. That's why he said have been more accidental. So he found it by luck, or by accident, by coincidence. This is the main idea indeed. But you said letter J. So Harold was the first to discover an entirely new process for obtaining, was the first to discover, so he discovered. This is not the main point of stumble. Discover the best means he make experiments, he make process, he fathomed at the end, but he find it here stumble بس بالك.
لا بس انا جي دي فهمتها العكس، فهمت ان هي intentional اكتر ما هي
I know
accidental، عشان كده
how. So one here,
شلتها هي واف اتش.
that means you have a problem with your concentration.
فكرة طيب.
Test your brain cells. Now let's go to the next. Find any specific ones. Yes, this
نمبر كام؟ sorry.
one.
تويتش. سي.
And the letter C, great man. That is. Found it. So when we tell you why the writer use this word, we don't need the meaning of this word. What is the meaning of this paragraph? And how the writer characterize the festival and its attendees. So before you go to read in the paragraph, summarize the question. What does it mean exactly? A common mistake with many students. Now let's go. Hmm.
الصورة الصراحة. بس. جي.
G or G? G wrong. But why it's a J?
هو كان بيقولوا إن هو يعني بقاله كتير أوي ما طلعش أصلا على الستيج، كنت يعني هو لسه بيريس فيه.
So that means the fans were unaccustomed to. That means he was not there all the time. Catch up? It was the first time he had appeared in public with an electric car since days. This means they were, unaccustomed. That's why. That is great. Now, what is the next? No mention for lions. Here we mention lions.
anyway.
Yeah, I see that for 58. The examples here between the dashes. Right? Here it is. He wants you to read this paragraph.
من نمبر كام لنمبر كام؟
Yeah, from 58 here says in A, this one. He wants to know why he used list or examples between the dashes. So he wants you to read.
letter D.
So example,
لا J مش D.
people and the causes that constituted folk music and audience. No. Or folk music sympathized with. يبقى folk music sympathized with what? It's people and the causes. Now let's jump.
أيوة.
So always check what is the main idea before the example. Here, even the synonym of traditional folk songs often carried with it a subtext of political identification. To identify what kind of people who was labor. So the folk music describes something, sympathize with ideas, with labor, with the poor, with minority groups, other people seen as oppressed. Look, sympathize with people, not any movement or for international peace, understanding. So the folk music sympathized with the poor people, with the low rank kind of people, That's why. Feel it? So what helped me to understand? Number one, dashes before support an idea. As we remember? We use dashes to add list to clarify something before. If you're asking me why do we have list? To clarify an idea before. That means read the paragraph but very quickly to see it. If you don't understand this part, you must read it again and you must add vocab, but you don't read the following to check. He said thus. That's what? Cause and effect. This is the cause for this one. So words were of pronounced importance in urban folk music, and the acoustic guitar accompaniments enabled the words to be heard clearly. Why all of these? To add these causes. Again, for the previous one, urban folk in the early 1960s was an increasingly topical, political, socially conscious music. Music focused on topical, for the word topic. Focus on topics and ideas like movement, peace, economy, this way. Political, as just like your vision, your ideas, and for social, in social sciences, social travel, social movements. So it does like here. Now we need to know examples of people and the causes traditional folk songs avoided mentioning. It's opposite. How the folk music avoided mentioning this? It's opposite to the ideas. Symbolize folk music's international popularity, but you didn't mention about being popular or famousness, or we don't have any keyword. What's that?
International.
Constitute folk music audience. You didn't mention about the audience or what kind of audience who listen to music at all. So there's no mention for letter J at all. That's what we need from me. read around the dimension and check what is described exactly. The test maker used two ways. Number one, give you ideas not mentioned, give ideas opposite,
Hmm.
then give you something could be better. That's why. But don't look for the synonym of the word it's emphasized with. But he said poor, he said oppressed, he said the low rank people. You see it? That's why. Yes or no, my dear?
Yes.
Yes. Now let's go to the next. Here, do we have any mention? No. Here mention, yes, you are lucky. 25.
Yeah.
He said this impulse refers to what? We need to read before and after. 86. Oh, you must read this paragraph.
D.
So you think it's letter D, and the letter D is great answer. So what help you? First read, understanding, concentration, you will find it. That's what I'm telling you. Reading in act is so easy, just like comprehension. But if we give you line, we help you what you should read. But if we don't give you lines, you must check the beginnings and ends and any place you have not read and test your memory. Again,
المشكلة
Mm.
المشكلة بتاعتي في الريدنج إن أنا لما بكون بحله مش في امتحان بجد بقعد أسرح ودماغي مش بعرف أثبتها وفي
Is the problem
بس
distractions and you don't practice a lot, you don't train your brain cells, you don't focus on your biological clock thinking. That when you read, you go to the movie, go to the kitchen, go for your personal problems. No, just concentrate